Hello everyone, Maka here, and welcome to Dun Scaith. I am always dressed for the occasion in my demon wings. Anyway, raid starts off, first boss right away. The only thing you need to do here is make sure that you are standing in the center aisle, the center of the aisle, because this black and red one will suck you in 2 times. It's a sucky AoE. Green AoEs on targeted players are going to drop little tornadoes on top of you. Just move those away from the party, as those will try to knock you off the edges as well. Followed by some ice AoEs. Next is going to be Arrow, which is the swirling vortex you see there in the middle, which is going to push you back. Remember, staying in the center will ensure that you do not fall off. Now then, as always, we are going to skip all the ad phases of this raid, and any parts of the boss fights that we do not need to go over multiple times. So notice that these purple AoEs have a little glowing spot to them. You want to run away from them, of course, but then you want to run towards those 2 spots and stand in front of the ice for a pushback. That is going to happen twice. Remember that when you see the purple AoEs, don't run too far out because you're going to run right back into where they started. Alright, you're going to see again some wind tornadoes. And then one or two more things to this fight that we haven't seen yet. These square markers on the bottom, they will put bleed on anyone that stands in them. So stay in the middle for a pushback, but don't get pushed into those either. Doomsday is going to put a big hurt on players, so healers make sure that everyone is healed up fully. Some more tornadoes, and that's it. You have seen all of this boss has to offer. Rinse and repeat of the same mechanics. On to boss number 2. So, boss number 2 only has a few things worthy of note. Most of this fight is just dodge AoEs. Notice the blue ad over there on the left. It's not an ad that you can kill, but he is going to turn the ad in front of it into a thingamabob that you have to go to and stand in. So throughout the fight, when you see those on the outside, whatever's in front of the blue, that's where you gotta go. Notice that all players are going to have a debuff of the same kind and AoEs on the floor. The goal, get the AoEs on the floor to be the opposite color of the debuff that you have. So right now we all have water debuffs, noted by the little blue waves. So walk over the AoE 1 time, change them all to fire, and you're good. That'll happen twice, but the opposite. Kill some ads, and you've completed the fight. This Ultima is not a boss, it is a mid trash ad, but it's worth noting because he does have some mechanics to him. Mostly he is all about the AoEs. Never stand in front of Ultima. Kill any of the ads that come out, there won't be many. And towards the end of it, there's just going to be a big healer check when he comes back into the map. So, stacking AoE first in the very center, followed by AoEs on the outside that are going to move inwards. So you want to move away from the center, but not touching any of the yellow on the outside. And then that yellow is going to shrink a bit, or you have to move up to the sides of it, and then you're done. Stay out of the way of Ultima, never stand in front of him. you've seen all the fight. Kill these ads, limit break the Ultima, and you're done. Alright, so, second to last boss is the Queen. Notice she has the big wings that come out. She does turn when she brings them out a little bit, but you want to stand directly behind her when her big wing hands come out. Whenever she moves across the map, don't chase her, because that's going to leave behind a big AoE and she's just going to stomp you to death. Of note, when the floor turns red, like it is now, stand still. You can attack, but don't move at all, or else you'll be frozen and take some pretty gnarly bleed damage. The boss will also like to turn and do stabby stab to the group. So never stand in front of the boss, watch where she's facing. Dodge this purple AoE, which is going to leave behind an ad. You want to kill that ad as fast as you can, but also any available tanks, tank him away from the boss, separate. If they come together, like they are now, they're going to get a tether, and it's going to be harder to kill him. So, random player will get marked with a purple AoE marker that looks like a target. And that player is going to have a chase AoE ball that chases them around. You want to move that ball away from the party. There it is right there. So run that away from the party, and you're going to see that a lot in the very last boss, Diablos. So get used to that one. Also during this fight, we're going to skip it on this phase, but there is, see there's her turn, she's going to hit you with her spear. Are hands that will get tethered to two players. To combat that, if you do see it, just turn and face your hand and it will stop chasing you. Other than that, ad phase, you've seen all of the same mechanics. They'll just repeat over and over after this ad phase. Everything you just saw, we went over. Nothing to it. Kill the ads, bring her down some more after this, and you've just killed the queen. On to the last boss, Diablos. So Diablos has two phases. This first phase, he will only have two things to worry about. The eye, that you have to turn away from, of course, and his doors. He's going to summon some doors that you have to kill. And there's one of our doors. So burn down the doors always, while watching for his eye. And after this first part is over, he's going to go into like a mini in-between phase 1 and 2 parts, where he's going to summon a really big door, and the object here is simple, just burn it down as fast as you can. Once upon a time there was a DPS check. So, once that's done, you will start phase 2. Phase 2 is pretty simple, but there are some things that you have to know. He likes to turn a lot and do the same strike that the queen does. You will hear a goosh every time he does it, so just always watch the boss and watch for that turning. He will have an eye that you have to turn away from, but more importantly, a player will also get an eye randomly, and that is a stacking mechanic. It's instinct when you get a marker above your head to run away from the group, but not if you have a little purple eye above your head. So those markers we were talking about, the purple target, run those away from the party and run away from them, because they will chase you. So the middle door, one tank, one healer, and a couple DPS go in it to kill the ad that's inside that room. Everyone else kill the two doors on the outside. If you don't burn them down fast enough, ads will spawn, but nothing we can't deal with these days. Okay, there's his gnarly turn. He loves doing that. Coming up should be the eye that we stack for. Yep, there it is. So just stack with that person. Then the only mechanics that we haven't seen yet are towers, which are like any other normal tower, and 3 balls this time. So run like crazy. There's the eye, the big eye to turn away from. Next is the towers. Oh, and also some orbs that will randomly come towards the boss. Soak those. Don't let them get to the boss. Only one player needs to do it, everyone else just stay away from them. Here are your towers. Just like normal, 1 person per tower while watching for his turn. And that's it. Those are all the mechanics to Diablos. He will, towards the end, do one big healer check move, like his version of a limit break. So just stack up big heals and then rinse and repeat the same mechanics we just talked about. And then you're done. You've just defeated Diablos. Thank you very much everyone for watching. My name is Maka. Please subscribe to our channel, help us grow. And check out the link tree in our description of the video where you can find more Moonshadow Fantasy TikToks, our streaming services like Twitch and Likey, and our other channel which is about metaphysics. If you're into that, I do teach that. But thank you for watching. Maka out.